In the ACC football kickoff, Syracuse had an up and down and up year and finished not the way they would want, but these two guys were consistently great. First team all-conference guys, Mikel Jones and Sean Tucker, and the man on that defense, the quarterback of that thing, Emac said it going to break. He's a war daddy. Mikel Jones joins us now. And, Mikel, let's talk about it, because the identity of this group, you're going to talk about Sean Tucker running the football, what Garrick Schrader can maybe be, but across the board, there's elite confidence in what that defense brings. What's your mentality every time you take the field on Saturdays?
So our main mentality is to play aggressive, physical, and with the most effort. I feel like if we do that with this defense and how it's set up and the players we have on it, there's nobody stopping us, nobody running on us, nobody passing on us.
Yeah, you look pretty intense when you mention it. We're talking to Coach Dino Babers before you jumped out here, and he said, I'm not trying to really dive into the record books and the history, and there's some guys in the league playing at the defensive level representing Syracuse, but this might be our best group we've ever had as a core. How does it make you feel to hear something like that?
It makes me feel great, and I believe it's the truth. Coming in since 2020 season when I was a sophomore and half of the starters were freshmen, we were just babies coming up, and we made a lot of noise that year. On the defensive side at least, and I feel like that's a true statement.
Mikel, you see this defense, and it's so hard to target. It's so hard to pick up in blitz protection. It's so hard to figure out when you're a quarterback. You see all these athletes all over the field. Does that help you play to an edge? Does that help you know I got all my brothers out here moving around? Good luck targeting us.
Yeah, definitely. The first year in the defense, we weren't disguising because we were just learning the defense coming off of COVID. We didn't have a lot of time to actually see it on the field. So we weren't disguising anything at all, but now we play with it and we know what we're doing now. So you can see the other linebackers looking at each other like, terrifying. Yeah, I'm gonna do that and you do that, and it's like they don't know it. They don't see it coming.
Hey, Mikel, you look like a linebacker because you don't have a neck. You got the big shoulders, the big traps. And no neck, baby. You're perfect for that.
Thank you. I've been working all season to look like this.
One thing I was going to ask you, are you the one making the defensive calls?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're getting from the sideline, making the calls.
Yes, sir.
But when, if a motion happens or something, someone's got to be checked. Is that you making the check?
Yes, sir, along with one of our skilled senior cornerbacks, Garrett Williams.
So you're handling in the middle of the pile, and he's got the perimeter?
Yes, sir.
So give me an example of a call you might get without getting in trouble by your coach.
All right, let's say.
And how you might check it as it's happening.
Let's say we have a coverage called 12. If we get 2x2, we go cover 1. If we get anything other than 2x2, we go cover 2. We have to be alert for the motions. So boom, if it's 3x1, this receiver go over there. Instead, we gotta check from 2 to 1.
Right.
Nice. I like that.
That's cool.
I wanted to ask you, what are the principles within a 3-3-5 defense? Because I've watched it on tape, still trying to understand it myself. I didn't face it a whole lot when I was playing. So what's the principles of it?
One of the principles, our core principles, is because we're not a gap control defense and there's a lot of moving parts, you have to play aggressive. You have to play physical and with effort.
Attack, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta bring it every play.
Blow it up.
That's right.
Blow it up. Yeah, it's like blow it up.
That's right.
I got to ask you, brother, because when I watch you on tape, I just 2 years ago I called you Weapon X. I didn't know where to put you, whether it was DB, linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
This past year, I think you were more in the box. You played that true linebacker. What do you think your best quality is as a defensive player, as a defensive weapon, ultimately to go to the next level?
Besides my pure love for the game, I feel like my whole life before playing high school ball, I played DN. Even in high school, other than my senior year, I played defensive end, so I'm good with my hands. Despite my size, or anybody has something to feel about my size, no matter if it's 6'3" lineman or a 6'7" lineman, I'm not scared to go up and use my hands against them.
That's awesome. Mikel, we go to week 1, and it's unique for Syracuse, as we were talking to Coach Babers as well. You guys host Louisville week 1, a conference opponent. And, oh, by the way, that quarterback's Malik Cunningham. For a guy like you, whose number 1 assignment is going to be contain that man, how excited are you for that challenge right out of the gates?
Man, I'm excited. That's a perfect way to start the season off. Like, you're seeing one of the best quarterbacks in the conference. You're getting a little bit of everything. You're getting a lot of pass. You're getting a lot of run. It's an exciting game to start it off, and I feel like it's going to tell a lot about our season.
So we've said a lot about the defense right here. Obviously, one of the defensive best players in this conference. I want to ask you about your guy, Sean Tucker, because I've spoken to Coach before. He just said it here today. He's gotten better in the spring. I want to know just your perspective, what you've seen. Can you put it into words for us? How has he gotten better?
Man, he's gotten better. First off, he's a incredibly hard worker. Like, a lot of people tell you, like, yeah, he works hard, but this guy works hard. And you see it, you automatically see it. Like, he practiced with the track team this offseason, and he'll come right next morning and work out with us. And you're like, man, he's not even tired. And then you see him in spring practice. Every time you're in there, we're in there at the same time. He even hit me with like a little fast little jump cut. Like, it was a pull-in. It was a play with a guard pulled, and I got over the guard. He was right there, and he hit me with a jump cut, and it was like he was right there, then he wasn't. Gone. Whoever the edge was, I'm looking at him like, why ain't have my back? Why ain't have my back?
So just speed, power, vision, it's just collectively better.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man. Good luck to everybody else. Have fun with that.
Yeah, right. Mikel, we talked to so many of you guys throughout the day, and it's one of our real joys because we spend the rest of the year covering you guys, and it's just the four of us, but we love being able to engage with you guys. I know football leads the way with you guys, family, a higher power, all those things, but when you have some free time, what are you spending it doing? Like in the offseason, when you have that time to get away from the sport, what do you like to enjoy?
Me personally, or as a team?
No, you personally.
Oh, man, I love adventure. I love adventures, being open-minded, just trying out new things. If I haven't seen it, it's one thing I want to see. I feel like it speaks noise, like me coming all the way to Syracuse, 24-hour drive away from Miami, Florida.
Wow.
I'm just open to new opportunities, meeting new people, networking, all types of things. Whatever it is, if it's a car and a trip, I'm with it. Just come here.
Hey,
That's the kind of friend you need right
What
there.
high school in Miami?
So I went to, you heard Sapanya Academy, then Matter Academy, and then after Matter Academy, I transferred to IMG Academy.
IMG, beautiful.
Nice. Talk a little bit about your quarterback, Garrett Schrader. Fun watch on film. Asked Coach Babers about him. Said he just wants to see that leadership. So how have you seen him grow in that area?
He's calling all types of player-led practices.
Nice.
He's
Wow.
keeping he's holding accountability, like holding people accountable, even on the defensive side.
Awesome.
It's nice to see from a quarterback.
Mikel, where do you want to see this team take the next step? Because, again, you started slow. In that middle, you guys really captured something, had an identity with the defense and the running game. Garrett was making plays. You kind of fluttered at the end of the season. Where do you want to see this team take the next step? Because the Atlantic's loaded. All 7 teams return, all 7 quarterbacks. It's a challenge every week offensively for each defense. Where do you want to see you guys be better?
So there were a lot of games last year where you can see the potential of the team, like Wake Forest, taking them into overtime, playing Pitt. I feel like we was up like probably 14-0 at one point or something around there. It was a lot of games where we show what we can do, and I want to get that best out of us and show it early in the season and just ride along, like keep the momentum and keep it going.
Well, that's what it's all about, maintaining that momentum. Coach Babers has a high belief in his group, and he says a lot of it's because of that defense that he has. Could be the best ever. Featured on that defense, Mikel Jones. Mikel, we really appreciate the time.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man.
Look forward to watching the War Daddy Weapon X.
That's right.
Get after it.